Hello everyone and welcome to my top 10 games released in 2020 video. I'm your host, Callie, and I have lots of awesome games to talk about with you today. So, we're going to be talking about games from lots of different systems, from Xbox to Nintendo Switch to PS4, and I really think that you guys are going to have a great time. So if you're looking for some new games to play, look no further than this. So let's go! So the first game we're going to be talking about today is one that I didn't play this year, but I had to bring it up as an honorable mention, and that is Persona 5 Royal. I've played and beaten the original Persona 5. I absolutely loved it. It's a fantastic game, but I didn't want to sit down and play a 130-hour RPG when I had so many other amazing games to play this year. So I will be playing this in the future, maybe in 2021, so keep an eye out on my Twitch channel. You can find me at twitch.tv/CallieChronicles, and we will go from there. But honorable mention is Persona 5 Royal. It's a great game, you guys should check it out. But number 10 on the list is none other than The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 4. So this game picks right up where Cold Steel 3 left off. You have our wonderful Rean and Lara, and lots of other members from the cast. The game is fantastic, but it's also not at the same time. So they keep a lot of the elements from the battle system. You have your attack, crafts, all the different things. Your brave orders come back, they have levels to them. You get to get upgrades for those, doing extra side content that's not mandatory. You could do an absolute ton of damage to things if you set up characters correctly, or you can just do it the balanced way and not worry about it and just go play the game on normal and easy, enjoy the story, be great. At the time of this recording, I'm 65 hours into the game. The first 30 hours are really slow, the next 30 hours are great, and then I have a feeling it's going to slow down again, so I don't really know what I think too much about it so far because I haven't beaten it, but it's a long experience the way I play games. About 110 hours for me. I do all the side quests. So, if it's something that you're looking for, then give it a shot. Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 1 through 4. Number 9, of course, has to be
As Saiyans are worth as warriors as measured and judged at birth. Those with no potential like you are sent to inferior planets like this. Thrown away and forgotten like the garbage you are.
With enough hard work and training, even garbage can surpass the elite.
That's quite a sense of humor you've got. You're about to learn the hard way that effort alone isn't enough to reach my level.
So if you're an anime fan, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan. The combat's fairly straightforward. It's got a lot of nuance to it. It's got a leveling system like Sphere Grid. But it plays, as you just saw, like an episode of the anime. They have all the same voice actors. It's amazing, guys. If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, you owe it yourself to play this. It goes from the Saiyan Saga all the way up through the early part of the Super, where you fight Golden Frieza. So this is an RPG. It's an action RPG. It has levels. It has items. It has all that stuff. So I recommend giving this a shot if you're a Dragon Ball fan. It's a ton of fun, and I will keep streaming it as we get it beaten. So, number 9 on the list, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. And number 8 is a game that needs no introduction. You guys have seen everyone talk positively about this game, and that game is Hades. It is probably one of the greatest games of its style ever made. It's infinitely repeatable. Every run feels a little different. The story is great. It gives you that Greek god blended in story. It doesn't just shove it at your face, you have to go look for it. But the combat, as you can see here on screen, it's very fast, it's very fluid. It's a very beautiful game. I like it a lot. I have played a lot of games this year that were amazing. A lot of you can be saying, Callie, this game is better than NumberEight. I'm like, yes, it's great. There's so many other games I love even more than this one. So, NumberEight, Hades, give it a shot. NumberSeven is a game I just started recently, but it's one of the best Zelda games I've ever played. It is Immortals Phoenix Rising. I absolutely love this game. It is beautiful, it's got an amazing looking map. All the world is just so pretty. Each of the different areas is amazing looking, and own unique styles. It fixes a lot of the problems I had with Breath of the Wild. Also adds a lot of stuff to it. If you basically take Breath of the Wild and shove the Ubisoft formula into it, that's the game that you have. So, definitely recommend giving this a shot if you're a Breath of the Wild fan. If you like open world games in general, this is probably one of my top 5 open world games of all time. I haven't beaten it yet, I'm still pretty early in. But they also have these really cool things. These weekly quests. And actually this one, yes, I know, 24 minutes on the timer, I'm not good at it, but I did beat it. And they have these really cool, difficult challenge puzzles that they're putting out every week. So I hope they keep doing more and more of these, because these are a huge challenge, but they are definitely fun. And the shrines are very good, they're reminiscent of Breath of the Wild, but some of them take a long time, like 30 plus minutes each to do. So if you love Breath of the Wild, and you like that aesthetic, you owe it yourself to play this amazing title. So Immortals Phoenix Rising is NumberSeven on my top 10 games of 2020 list. NumberSix is a game that I didn't expect to be as good as it is, and that is Yakuza Like a Dragon. You could start with this game. It starts off with a new protagonist, and it's great. Guys, a turn-based RPG. It is absolutely, utterly hilarious. I have laughed more playing this game than I have so many other games that I've ever played. The humor is top-notch. It's fantastic. The combat's great, as you can see here on the screen. It's a good turn-based game, reminiscent of the Dragon Quest. Each turn does things. You get job experience. There's jobs. I mean, one of the funniest. I had to put this scene into the video. Just look at these guys. They're in trash bags. They're dancing around. I can't. It's just so funny. There's just so many things about this. If you like the humor of this series, you're gonna love it. The combat's great. Give it a shot. Of course, there's tons of mini games. Had to put Baka Mitai in there. NumberFive. Jumping into a game that's a little controversial, but I had fun with it. I basically went into a time vortex for a weekend, beat the whole thing, beginning to end, did all the side quests I could do in one playthrough, unlocked the final summon, all that stuff. It was great. As a fan of Final Fantasy VII, at first I was not happy with the combat. The combat's decent. There's some issues with it, but it's still a blast. It's great. They flesh the world out so much. I really hope that they take the series in a direction that's going to be unique. So if you've beaten this game, you'll know what I say, and that the ending was controversial, and they're going to be changing things in the next few games. So I would recommend going into this with an open mind, treat it like a brand new game, and you're gonna have a great time. I had a great time. I barely remember the weekend that I played it because everything was just all at once, but it was a great time. Combat's good, it's got good systems, leveling up weapons, all that different stuff. So if you're a fan of Final Fantasy, especially 7. You're gonna love the world they fleshed out. So give it a shot. Number 5 on my list, top 20 games, is 7 Remake. So the next game. This game is a re-release, but it's amazing. It's Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition on Nintendo Switch, coming in at number 4 on my list. This game had an extra, 20, 30 hour expansion onto it. This game was absolutely phenomenal. They fixed a lot of the issues in the original version. They added lots of features, lots of quality of life improvements. The graphics are way better. Guys, if you want to play Xenoblade Chronicles in its absolute definitive form, this is the version you should play. Go get it, pick it up, play it on your Switch. You're gonna have a great time. The story's fun, the combat's fun. There's just so many amazing things about it. Plus it has no pun, and no pun are amazing. So, that being said, number 4 on the list, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Number 3 on my top 10 games 2020 is Ghost of Tsushima. I absolutely adored this game till Chapter 3. Act 3 really was very controversial. I'm not happy with what they did with the story. This is my first platinum ever. I loved this game so much. The open world was amazing. It was beautiful. The combat was fun. Even for a non-Dark Souls player like me, the combat was great. And I would recommend it to anybody that loves samurai lore and history and just stuff like that. You are going to love this game. It is beautiful. I'm sure it looks even better on the PS5. I played it on PS4 Pro, but I don't know what else to say about this game that you haven't already heard, guys. Ghost of Tsushima is a true masterpiece of our time. It is one of my top games ever that's open world. I don't know what else to say about it. It's absolutely stellar. You could just run through the fields for hours and hours, just looking at the splendor of everything there is. I try not to put any spoilers in the video. Obviously we're in snow, but it's pretty, and that's awesome. So, number 3 is Ghost of Tsushima. So, the next 2, for those of you that watch my content and talk to me on a regular basis, you may not know exactly which one I'm going to put. Now, if you hear that music, you have a good idea which one's about to be next. So, these next 2 games are so amazing. I recommend them highly. So highly. Number 2 on this list has the greatest story of any game or any movie or TV show or anything I've ever read, seen, watched my entire life. And that game is 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. The combat, as you see, is like a real-time strategy type game. Most of the game plays out in this visual novel style where you move the characters around, you have to make a lot of decisions and figure out what's going on, get Detective Ash on the case, so to speak. But the story is so intertwining. It's told through 13 different characters, and because it's told through so many different characters, you get so many different perspectives, and they wind together, and there's more twists and turns than every M. Night Shyamalan movie ever come out times like 100. This game, you're gonna love it. Pick it up, play it. You won't regret it. It's about 40 hours to get the platinum. This is my 2nd platinum ever. So, if you are looking for an absolutely incredible story, great combat, a fun time, give this game a shot. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim is my number 2 game released in 2020. So, we're number 1, guys. The best game of the year for Cali. Absolutely needs no introduction. You guys know this game. You know what's coming. It's Oregon and Bowl of Wisps. that's my top 10, guys. Appreciate you watching. Be sure to like this video if you like it, subscribe, share with your friends. Check me out on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Cali Chronicles. And I hope you caught the joke at the beginning, because Windbound is part of the Cali Place Hot Trash, so you don't have to series. So you guys have a great time. I will see you next time.